Right, I'm going to go live.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? I am flipping knackered. I don't know how long we've been yet. I know it's more than 30 seconds or something like that. Both of the kids have been violently ill this weekend. So that's been fun to deal with. It's mostly been vomiting and sadness. So, yeah, having to deal with that has been tiresome, to say the least. Mostly because, way I saw it, it's the weekend. I didn't have to be up in the morning. I sat up with, well, Mrs. Six sat up with the first one until stupid o'clock in the morning. And then I sat up with the next one until stupid o'clock in the morning. Mrs. Sick watched really boring TV shows she doesn't like. Although a lot of it was like a really depressing fucking nature documentary where it's just like, yeah, everything's fucked.
Yeah.
Which was really bad.
I also got to watch one of my true crime shows, though.
Oh, fair enough. You got something out of it.
Yeah.
I
chose one of the tamer ones while the kids were there.
Because I was with the more gamery one, although they both love video games. I got to sit there and play Binding of Isaac and then Spiritfarer. So honestly,
I think you won.
I think I won, but I think I was always gonna win because I like staying up. So it was like, hey, I get an excuse to stay up. That doesn't mean I'm not fucking exhausted, and I've really done a number on my sleep schedule, but it is what it is, and you've got to do these things, poor little buggers. So yeah, we both try to make it so, because I remember being sick as a kid, and it was always such a hassle for my parents, and it's just like they don't get sick on purpose. Vomiting is never good. It was really nasty vomiting as well.
I'm fine.
We reckon it was probably norovirus. Yeah,
No, not norovirus.
What one then?
Gastroenteritis.
I don't fucking know the difference.
Norovirus is fucking nasty.
Well, whatever it was not fun, and it made them very sick. But sad vomiting is almost the worst vomiting. What is happy vomiting much worse? This is the best. Yeah. So, that's been my weekend. I don't know what you lot have been up to, but I bet it wasn't nearly as fun. Puke is nature's way of saying blah, splat, splat. Yeah. That's about right. I made myself sick on purpose when I was a kid to get out of doing group presentations at school. That's a very specific reason.
That's totally relatable. I wish I could have. I was smart enough to think of ways to make myself sick to get out of group presentations. I hate group presentations.
I don't know. You hate being sick even more than that.
I'm pathetic when I'm ill, though.
Was it a tumor? What the fuck? No, just ill. I mean, Mrs. Six a bit of a tumor, but I mean that more in a like a penis kind of way.
What?
You're such a tumor. I'll start calling you Chode next, because that's the new funniest word I've ever heard in my life. It's a penis that's wider than it is long, and that it's usually quite short. Tumor humor. Don't be a cancerous mass. Okay. Thank you. We needed that. And hello to you, Fish, with all your pink high fives. I don't know how to feel about those. They're slightly disturbing. Or are they like slaps? Because that's the resultant of slapping someone. Maybe you're hitting yourself in the face. You probably shouldn't do that. I know the face palms are hard to avoid, but yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. What have we been up to? Stop dilly-dallying on giving me something to talk about, people.
There's one fucking kid who did nothing towards the presentation. Yep.
There's always
always usually multiple in my
Yeah, I was going to say, it's usually,
I'm the one doing it. That's basically what it is.
2 of them that do it, and then 5 of them that leave the other 2 to do it. and then wonder why people are so fucking pissed off at them for not doing anything. But you're already doing the work. Yes, but I don't want to do it all on my own, you fuck. Now, I don't recall ever doing any group presentations at school, but that might be because I smell. Or it might, I don't know. I don't remember, but I don't remember a lot about school these days. I am getting on a bit.
I got forced into doing things like that, though. Like, I would have much preferred it. I even asked the teachers, I went, look, when we do group presentations, I end up doing all the work anyway, so can I just do one by myself? I'm like, no, it's a group presentation. You have to work together.
Yeah, but they don't work with me. They just don't do anything.
No, they don't. They made me do all the work. Anyway,
can I do a group presentation on my own and see if I can do better than the other group presentation?
I hate class presentations anyway. I hate everybody's attention being on me is horrible.
Anything where you have to stand at the front of a group of people is literally the worst thing. I mean, it's an old Jerry Seinfeld joke. It's like, people fear public speaking more than they fear death. So if you're at a funeral, you're better off in the casket than doing the eulogy, which is a solid joke. The people in my city spent the weekend complaining about fireworks. Well, so did we, because we fucking hate fireworks. Mostly because we have the worst neighbour ever, who I am 100% sure has a mate who works at like a proper fireworks place and gets him the fucking big ones that they do at fucking shows and shit. Because this guy is a good, what, like 100 meters away from us?
Something like that, yeah.
And it is shaking your fucking teeth loud. Like, we own several pairs of ear defenders because we have autistic children, and we have a set that are just these chonky motherfuckers that are designed for work sites, for like massive emergencies that shit is just too much, too overwhelming. And you can hear the fireworks over them. Not as loudly, obviously, but you can. They're fucking there. And these things block out most sound. So, yeah, this fucking asshole whom I hate and would happily piss all over, unless he accidentally set himself on fire with one of his damn fireworks, at which I would refrain. Yeah, not super fucking chuffed about the fella. Yeah. It's just the thing, like, when you have most other fireworks around here, we've had people across the, like, directly across the street from us, and they do a little fireworks show, and it's like, woo, fut. And it's like, okay, I don't care. That's fine. And then this other guy just starts World War III. It's fucking ridiculous. And one of these days...
I'm not looking forward to New Year's.
One of these days, I'm going to buy a really expensive super soaker, and it's just going to be psh, 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 put them all out. Fuck you.
I want a fire hose. Like a fireman's, like tied up into the actual fire engine. That'd be really good.
I think that's the worst part about things like these. Like, I remember years ago when I worked in pubs, some assholes across the road in a park had just started a fire. And we were like, someone started a fire. And they're like, oh, well, it is bonfire night. I said, they've started a fire in a park. They're definitely not allowed to do that. And you feel like you get spoken to like you're the asshole. It's like, no. People are just starting fucking random fires. There was loads of trees around. It was ridiculous. People piss me off. Something rotten. I really, really, really don't like people. Because they're so fucking entitled.
I would like a house in the middle of nowhere. That'd be great.
With a border wall with
and really
turrets.
Good internet. Really good internet.
Automated turrets, though, so I don't have to deal with fucking...
All I need is internet now. Middle of nowhere and internet, great.
Or like just a perfectly encapsulated box where no one can get in. That sounds...
Shipping container. Yeah.
No. That mostly because that's just lame. Like the popularity of shipping container homes. And they're just fucking rubbish.
Yes, crowd control.
I mean, to be fair...
If I could get away with it, I probably would. just because of how
What
arsehole they
is
are.
the legal ramifications
I
of
would use my
having
powers for good, though. I wouldn't just spray people randomly in the street with
Rue
water.
use my powers for crowd control on all crowds?
Just on
Just go for a
arseholes.
walk down fucking what's that really busy street in London and just firing people across. I really like the idea though of you said about crowd control, and I was talking about my house surrounded by like fortifications. Instead of having guns, so no one will die, no one gets killed, but if anybody gets too close to the house, they just get blasted and just fucking shot. Maybe put up like big bumpers. I mean, to be fair, if you made it too fun, like made it really safe, but people would get blasted backwards, people would probably come and like do that for a laugh. I mean, to be honest, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, I mean, I'd want to have at least one go. We had fireworks going off irregularly here, 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. last night. Our dog is terrified of fireworks. It's just heartbreaking. Our cat clicks at them.
She'll sit on the windowsill and just.
It's just fucking weird. And it's like, we can't tell if she's really interested in them or she's like shitting her pants.
Because every time we take her away from the windowsill,
She goes back.
She'll go back and click at them again.
We'll like try and sit her down and like put her in one of her cardboard boxes because she's fucking obsessed with cardboard boxes and try and make it all calm and snuggle. And she's like, no, fuck you. I want to go click at the fireworks.
Oh my god, yes, trained bees.
My cat has used my mod powers on other channels that I have them irresponsibly. How did your cat use them at all? Also, trained bees would be fucking amazing.
Bastards around here keep burning playground equipment and local parks. Bastards, in fact, anything wooden, they'll burn it. Yeah, with the very similar situation around here as well.
Yeah, there's some benches.
They like to burn benches around here.
And those benches are really not that I've tried, but they're clearly very hard to set on fire because oftentimes
multiple attempts. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be like some scorch marks on them, but they won't have been burned properly. And eventually, they've obviously come back with like a vat of fucking kerosene or something, and then set fire to the entire thing at once. And it's like, if you're I don't know. I can't fathom the mindset.
It's a very odd hobby. I have to agree.
The amount of effort that you're putting in to being a fucking asshole, if you put it into literally anything else, you'd make the world a better place. But you choose not to because you're a fucking asshole. I guess that I don't get assholes, as it were, like the sort of people who started fights with me because I'm taking care of my children. Like, actually mental people is the only way I can fucking fathom that they exist like that. No, trained cows, they're longer lived and will train others. They just end up having this sort of zombie apocalypse of cows. My dog never notices fireworks unless it was really loud and close. Then he'd bark a bit. I mean, good for your dog.
That's weird. My cat makes the sound when they watch birds that they want to catch. Thing is, she doesn't bird watch.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit about birds.
She doesn't care about birds.
Maybe she wants to catch the fireworks.
That's probably what it is.
That would make far too much sense. She's like,
it's the only thing she ever clicks at.
I want to go into the sky and explode. So it might be that she likes them, but Mrs. Sick immediately assumes she hates them and that she's sad.
They're really loud.
They are really loud, but she is like really annoying, and the fireworks are really annoying. So maybe it's a kinship kind of thing.
Right.
She's
I recognize you, my people.
Yeah, she's singing the song of her people to the fireworks and hoping that the fireworks will come to her and take her away from, I don't know. The plastic ones, they melt into all kinds of weird shapes. I hope that's out of seeing someone else having already done it and not that you're one of those assholes.
Yeah, but you used to burn stuff.
I'm gay and I don't get assholes either. Ah.
You were into burning stuff as a kid, weren't you?
I liked fire. I didn't burn fucking properties. I wasn't an arsonist. I would burn things that I owned. That is wildly different from setting fire to fucking public fucking means of whatever.
I don't know. I never saw the appeal.
Fire is beautiful and it makes my brain happy, but it's been a long time. That one time I nearly fucking set fire to the flat I was living in, and it got just enough out of control to scare me. But I had like a big fucking bottle of water that I just fucking doused the entire thing, and I went, I'm never doing that again. And I never did. I think one of the biggest problems with sort of fire safety is that there's no real fear. And I don't know if there's a safe way to scare the shit out of someone to teach them, yeah, fire bad. But demonstrating how fast, like as an adult now, I now like fully understand. And I didn't consider myself an adult in my early 20s. Fucking adult. But yeah, that was the last time I ever did that. Anything like that. It's just, I think the really stupid part of it is I did it into a plastic tub and I somehow thought that that wouldn't melt or burn. Fucking idiot.
Bees can cure Lyme disease? What?
Lyme disease. How does that I'm assuming that some chemical that they give off makes the Lyme disease go away.
Well, when you get Lyme disease, it's usually a autoimmune issue.
Huh. Yeah, I'm no pyromaniac, but I'm not an antisocial asshole, thankfully. Good. Oh no, I'm a pyromaniac, but I'm not an antisocial asshole. Yeah, like I used to be as a young idiot. I wouldn't say pyromaniac, I just liked fire. And I thought I had it under control, and I was stupid. Fire dangerous, fire bad. That's what I was gonna say. Like when you see the things about just how fast fire will spread, it's fucking terrifying.
I think that's one of the things that kind of put me off because I did the there was this like hazards course thing that I did when I was a kid. There was like a fire section, and there was also like hazards in the home and hazards in the wild thing.
Yeah.
And it was like a detective thing, and they had these like little escape room-esque things where they had it all set up. So they had like a home set up, and you got 2 minutes to walk around the room, and then you'd label all the hazards.
Yeah.
And me being me, I fucking love detective stuff, so I was like, hell yeah, and I got all of them. So yeah, but I missed one of them on the outdoor safety one.
Because you don't go out there much.
Well, yeah, but the one that I missed was the child in the car seat wasn't buckled in. They had the straps over them, but they weren't buckled in, and that was the one that I missed.
So someone gently layered the straps over to make it look like they were buckled in, but they weren't really. I mean, at that point...
It was really fun, though. It's spotting all the hazards. It was really fun.
Yeah, but at that point...
But we did, like, fire safety. What do you do if there's a fire inside your house thing and stuff like that. And, like, learning not to put water on oil and things. Yeah, it was I found it really informative. Most of the other kids there in my class that were there were fucking dickheads, so they weren't paying attention and they kept messing around with all the mannequins. But yeah, I found it really good. I think I don't know if they do anything like that these days though.
I mean, there's probably something somewhere that you could like pay for and shit.
It was really fun. I think we should take the kids to do something.
I got a fire extinguisher training at work because I was the fire warden for my office. That was fun, but I've never had to set one off for a genuine accidental fire. Now, the way you worded that, genuine accidental fire.
Genuine.
That's just like someone goes, oops.
Oh no, I accidentally set fire to something.
Whoopsie daisy, I burnt down my boss.
Oh no, I have to use the fire extinguisher. Oh no.
Don't hurry. Fire crew at my work airfield are stupid and the boss is always drunk. Someone said he would rather crash elsewhere. Jesus Christ.
Alright, so Lyme disease nervous system. Okay.
I mean, someone said I think I've got Lyme disease. I tick all the boxes.
Oh my god.
Terrible, terrible, terrible people.
Oh, so I'm assuming it's like more like a pain disorder then, rather than a...
I think it's mostly a thing that sucks.
Well, yeah.
It fucking sucks, man.
I know some people who get Lyme disease have like huge amounts of like chronic pain issues because their nerves just like, I thought it was an autoimmune thing, like inflammatory thing.
I got a question. Will there be any more spoon stuff stories? Sorry if this is asked a lot. Why don't you head on over to the Spoon Stuff Stories community tab right now? Just go do that. Just and then come back and tell me what you found there. Just just a little adventure for you. Some homework. So sorry, boss. It seems your car accidentally caught fire again.
No.
With you in it and me stood on top of it pissing kerosene. Genuine accident.
If you could actually pee fuel.
I mean, I would rather pee whiskey, although I don't know, it sometimes feels like I shit fuel.
More of like fossil fuel.
I don't know, just something very, very reactive and hot. You know what makes a great fire starter? To Spirit Science, skin that bullshitty on that channel. It's filled with fire. Are you drunk? Or am I drunk? I can't tell.
Some takebacks make you allergic to red meat. Yeah, I've heard that one. That's a weird one.
It only lasts a certain amount of time. Well, that's one of those really fucking weird and interesting things you can do. We watched a video a while back about how you can like reprogram a virus to make to give you the lactase gene or whatever it is. Now it doesn't last, it's not permanent, but it works, and like this could all be fucking bullshit, but if it's true, it's fucking awesome.
Gene
Gene manipulation. Gene therapy, I think, is and
it's like giving yourself the gene.
He had about 6 months of just being able to eat the thing, and then it got it sort of went away, but he's nowhere near as lactose intolerant as he used to be, which is, if that's true and if that's a thing that can do stuff, that's mental. That's so cool. And then we just need to start working on giving people whiskey instead of blood, and then we've cured all of the world's problems. Reprogram a virus to play Doom on it. I mean, it has to be some.
Yeah, it's probably
we need to first program a virus with a screen on it, because it's anything with a screen, I think, is the thing.
Just found your channel a couple of days ago. It's awesome. Didn't know you did live streams as well. Well, good.
Well, not good ones.
No, don't expect much.
It is mostly just us hanging around. Can you pass me the bottle opener? Crisper.
Effort.
I thought Crisper just was full of crisps. And that
Clara is a timeless child. She stole the TARDIS and ran away from Gallifrey.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So, like, random, weird 10 years ago spoilers for fucking Doctor Who? Or did you just find out? I think...
Remember a story about soldiers slapping their nipples until they started lactating? They were men. What? But they don't... Like, I know some men can have... They have, like, mammary glands.
Mammary glands. That's what we call it.
Mammary
glands. And they lactate fucking kerosene. I'm obsessed with kerosene today. I can't think of another fuel. My brain is just like, this is the only word I know for a fuel. What's lighter fluid? If that turns out to be fucking kerosene, I'm going to be really pissed off.
So sick. FYI, Greg Locke, US Christian hate preacher, Tennessee, thank you for that, has announced that he will debate another Jeebus salesman on the first week of December.
Where it's butane.
He made a point of saying he's on the sphere side. Okay. Is it Greg Locke like fucking nuts?
Greg Locke is one who thinks that mental illness is literally demons.
Oh, he's the one who was
He
saying...
jumps up and down a lot as well. He is a shitberg.
Wasn't he the one who said that autism's not real?
No, well, effectively, most of what he says is these mental conditions, these mental illnesses, these problems are not real. They are demonic possession. And they can be fixed by saying, please, God, stop punishing me for something I probably didn't do. Or some shit like that. He's a fucking asshole. And apparently some people went around leaving tarot cards in his fucking audience and he shit himself about it.
Really?
Whether or not that's true. If my understanding of it is accurate, that's hilarious. But he definitely thought there was witches in his audience at some point, which is both very funny and also quite sad.
Yeah, I know that Lyme disease can have like a very weird effect on people because obviously with it affecting the nervous system, it's going to also affect things how your brain functions. So.
And it barely makes them taste of limes. It's weird.
I really do like limes though.
Limes are really nice.
Yeah, they're very tasty.
Worst I've heard is having half their body paralyzed and another case of a person's stomach just stopped working.
Oh, God.
Consider myself lucky. I just got anxiety and OCD from it. Jesus. I mean, I don't like anxiety much, but, you know, I'd rather have it than I'd rather still have my stomach work. It is full of crisps, but they are, thank you.
I bet Zyrtec is actually a Dalek.
I mean, I'm not saying that's inaccurate. I have a lighter that uses electricity to make a spark. It's charged via USB. It's charged at all? Why is it charged? Like...
Because you need the electricity to...
The electricity is made from fucking... I can't remember what you call it, but it's basically a kinetic strike hits like this crystal together or something, and that it causes a spark. You shouldn't need to charge it.
Should we just go back to Flint?
Unless it's like a really big, fucking huge, like lightning bolt that lights the cigarette. That sounds fucking cool as fuck. If that's what it is, that's really cool. But if it's like a fuel lighter, that you know uses a spark to light the flame, but you still have to fuel it, then it shouldn't need that. Piezoelectric. Nope, I built a terrible aircraft, non-flying for my work. Good job.
You can have a healing crystal lighter, and then it burns away all the disease.
I can't believe we got back to fire, to be honest. We're going to use healing crystals to start fires. Now, I'm assuming that piezoelectric is what everyone is saying about the crystals that bang together to make lightning. I mean, I don't know if the crystals thing is accurate, but no one corrected me, so yeah. There are arc lighters, though. I have heard of arc lighters, but don't they use them for like other things? What do you call a psychic midget on the run from the law? A small, medium at large. Yes. Yes, thank you. I have heard that one multiple times. It's similar to... Did you hear how the Elephant Man died? A bearded lady fired a midget out of a cannon and it landed on his elephant head. It was a freak accident. Yeah, sorry.
That is terrible.
I know, it's bad on so many levels. I never said I was a good person. I had AIDS once, but I gave it to someone else. That's far worse than the joke I just told. He says, Christ. It's not a fuel lighter. It uses electricity. Okay, that's pretty cool then. Because if someone had sold you just a normal lighter, but with a USB port on it, you'd feel like an idiot.
No, healing fire to make crystals. That's smart.
That's how everything should work. Mm. I'm guessing it's an arc lighter that discharges a capacitor across a GDP like a stun gun. You're stunning your cigarettes. You really put them in line. I used my glasses to set things on fire when I was a kid. I definitely did the magnifying glass thing to make a point, and it would make whatever I was pointing at like smoke, like a little bit of wood. And that was fucking cool as a kid.
You and fire again, yeah.
Yeah, me and fire again. You could just smack the crystals for a momentary surge, all you need for a spark. Yeah, smack my crystal up. Nothing would exist without electricity. I mean, the way you worded that.
Technically, if you're going to go with nitrates that come from lightning. Technically.
There is... Yeah, I don't know what else... If there's anything that exists that doesn't in any way, shape or form benefit from electricity. What about just... What about hydrogen? Like... That's like the most basic thing.
Yeah.
And that still counts as a thing. Or would... Like, oh god, atoms, yeah. Because there's fucking... Yeah, I can't... You know what I'm talking about. Atoms have
I don't, actually.
magic electric in them, I think.
Atoms have magic electric.
Hey, look, I vaguely understand the science, and it's mostly...
It's magic.
There's a bit, and then there's magic, and then there's the rest of it. And the bit I don't know how to explain, that's where the magic happens, in a very literal sense. Arc lighter kept Noah from stubbing his toes in the dark. You talking about fucking Noah's Ark? There's so many things about the fucking... Yeah, like... He had a big wooden boat, but how was he lighting it? It's not even something I'd considered. Have you gotten any responses from those you make videos on? A couple.
Yeah, some.
All of them very, very difficult to watch. They start off difficult to watch because I as a person who's quite anxious, I'm like, oh god, they've just shown that I'm just the dumbest person alive. Oh, that's definitely what's happened. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh god, they haven't got a fucking clue what they're talking about. And it's like, just, it becomes hard to watch on multiple angles. The most recent is one by a lad called Kyle, who's done it twice. And he just gets more and more... I don't know if it's pure dishonesty or just a complete inability to understand anything. But after the first one, the second one was just fucking sad. And I've thought about covering it, and I've thought about making a video, but I just... It's so long and meandering and pointless and boring. I don't know what to do. And he just won't stop saying things that are completely wildly inaccurate. So, we'll see. Maybe one day I'll do a stream with it. Imagine if the methane build-up had just caused the whole arc to go up in a fireball. That's actually fucking excellent. Just to say, it's there out in the ocean. You get those pictures they have and of it being all epic and awesome, and then it just fucking explodes. Yeah. No, you aren't dumb. They are. It always turns out to be that, but that's one of the things. I might call a lot of people stupid, but it's because I assume that I don't know anything and that people know more than I do. It's a great way to exist if you want to not be a complete fucking tool. But it means that you get quite frustrated. So someone will say something and you'll like look it up and then it's bullshit. And you're like, Why did you say that? And why didn't you look it up? Why do you people always just assume you know fucking everything? And then I made a career out of it like an asshole. You show you're the dumbest person alive every week. You admit it multiple times. Exactly. I know.
Yeah, the lack of self-awareness tends to be a big one.
Electrons is the word you're looking for, and their repelling force accounts for the illusion of solid matter. Atoms are like 99.999 empty space. Exactly. So all I need to do is turn off my electromagnetism, and then I can walk through walls. Mostly because I'll be dead.
So atoms are
And a ghost.
99.9999% empty space and 0.1% magic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so much more magic that it actually is way too much magic for the 9. Kyle is getting really professional. Sorry, I meant really stupid. He's definitely spending more money on his setup. I've seen some of his recent videos. But God, he is just turning into another fucking Matt Powell, and it is depressing. I thought I could help nip it in the bud.
Didn't you show me one of his, and you're saying like he's got a background that has a bookcase in it?
Oh yeah. He's got a bookcase recently, and I was just
it's like filled with law books.
I just went, ah. Yeah, it's got those fucking encyclopedia that's in every fucking. Like, he might actually be training to be a lawyer or something like that. But he assumes that means that he's smart. Like, you don't have to be smart to be able to learn a bunch of legal facts and a bunch of legalese. You just have to have a brain that can contain that information. That doesn't mean you're very good at using it. I mean, there are a lot of very shit lawyers in the world. I assume it's mostly because he just bought them to make himself look smarter. That's probably why.
I don't like listening to myself on recordings because it does not sound the same as in my head, and it's really off-putting. But I think it's one of these things where you kind of you learn to get over it and kind of compartmentalize and see it as a different person speaking, and that tends to help.
We need to record the kids and play it back to themselves, because they don't know what they sound like recorded. They assume they thought it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
Although it's weird because when we were kids, anything that recorded you was awful.
Yeah.
And so when it played it back, it was even worse. Whereas nowadays, recording things are generally pretty good. So it might not have the same impact on them. I don't know. It's handsome, famous, good at the sex, not intelligent, famous, good at the sex. Exactly. Do you know the amount of people who say that it's smart, famous, and good at the sex? Or handsome, smart, good at the sex. Like, that good at the sex is always there because that's the fucking fact. But one of those first two words is always turned into smart, and it fucking drives me bananas. I know. I make sure to be very specific. I'm very specific. That's the word I was looking for. See how smart I am? I don't even know the word specific. I'm very Pacific. I'm very body of water about using or calling myself intelligent. I try not to because I don't believe that. I get accused of it a lot.
Yeah, you think you're so smart. I went, no, I don't.
I get accused of that and arrogance and hatefulness. That's one of my favourites. Why do you hate religion so much? I don't fucking hate religion.
Handsy, flimsy, and good at the same.
What the fuck?
That's really good. I like that.
Handsy, flimsy. All right. Handsy, flimsy, good and sexy. It just sounds like fucking that one character from the Muppets.
Oh, you mean the Swedish chef?
Yeah.
My dad really likes that character.
But handsome, famous, and good at the smart. Fuck you, Sprig. I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten what it was.
Yeah, you
Again,
do
proving that intellect. Lawyers aren't smart. Only 50% of them win their cases. That's a fair point. I mean, it's not, but still. Make very specific intentions speak like Yoda, do you? Exactly. Is the donkey of the Bible secretly the donkey in Shrek? No, because the donkey in Shrek is fucking worth a damn and more realistic. And also, Jesus didn't ride two of him.
Which donkey in the Bible?
All of them.
I mean, I just had this image of, like, all of the donkeys connected together and made a giant, like a huge one.
Not to belabor the point, Tombstoner, but you've spelt dough wrong. You've spelt it like for food, but the way Homer says dough is D-O-H. Dough. Also, it goes, I am so smart, S-M-R-T, I mean S-M-A-R-T. And that's what makes it funny. Talking donkeys. Fuck's sake. Talking donkeys really float my boat. Good idea not to engage in hubris when rolling off a log and disproving flat earth. Yeah. I try not to be hubristic. I try not to think that I'm right. In fact, I spend a lot of time when I can't. What I really hate is when I can't find for 100% sure that I'm right about a particular thing, and I get like a bee in my bonnet about it, and I can't let it go. But I also can't find any information to make sure that I'm 100% right or right enough about a particular thing. And I just go, fuck it. Sometimes you just have to put shit out there. Because one of the things that I've always been very open and upfront about is that this entire thing is a learning experience for me. There's a reason I have that intro that says, I'm a fucking idiot, don't listen to me. Although one person the fucking most wild translation of my intro where it literally says, I am an idiot, you shouldn't listen to me. Someone took that as me bigging myself up. I have no fucking idea how they got to that conclusion, but it was weird. They sent me an email and everything, and I was trying to. They just like, I didn't get it.
Is it just like people automatically assume you're being sarcastic?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because they always read anything that, if you read something that you always take wrongly, you always read it with a voice.
Yeah,
so
well, there is a big problem with lack of charitability when it comes to online shit. It's like, I like to try and take the words that people said. I get another thing I'm accused of is taking people out of context, and like I literally try to keep them entirely in their context. And obviously, I can't interject without changing that context somewhat. But it's still the words they used in the order that they used them, as a general rule. 99% of the time. It's very rare that I skip things. I only skip things when it's just really fucking boring and I have nothing to say. Or it's just the same things to say over and over again. And that's just not interesting for fucking anyone. You need a good research library for that next step book. Yeah, but then I'd have to use it. What I generally do if I'm not 100% sure on something, and well, what I've done recently, and it's the one thing that I think that LLMs are good for, things like ChatGPT, is getting me on the path to finding out the information. I've done a much better job of figuring out exactly where sort of the right information is.
Or I end up going down rabbit holes.
Yeah. it's to the good thing about something like your chat GPT is it's not necessarily always going to be right, but it will often use the phrasing and wording that you don't know. And when you have those words, you suddenly have the language to figure out the thing you were trying to fucking find. That's really helpful. Stop talking and let the video play. Yeah, I fucking hate that. It's like, go somewhere else. Like, there are channels, and all of you, as soon as I say this thing, all of you will have a certain channel that you listen to, and you'll think, yeah, that one. And there's more than one of them, and you're not all going to agree. And I'm not going to say that any of them do this, or that it's strictly a bad thing, but there are channels where they do let the channel play, let the video play for like minutes at a time, and then they'll just go no, and then the video will carry on. And you know, they have functioning channels out of that, and I think that that is less good content than I make. It's a step above I think a lot of reaction channels, because they'll stop and occasionally actually explain a scientific principle, but it's few and far between, and it often feels like it's mostly there to justify the fact that they're just re-uploading other people's content. Not that this content doesn't need taking the piss out of, but let's be frank. Strictly is a very bad thing. Ken Ham just had an angry, massive wall of text post on Facebook because a Disney song includes the phrase, "I am a star." And he infers that refers to everyone being made of stardust.
It's reaching for the star a little bit.
Yeah, he's reaching beyond the stars. That is reaching as fuck. Jesus Christ. I do appreciate that Sir Six stops the video so often, saves my brain cells from the stupid. That's what I think. I also think that 99% of the time, none of you are here to watch the specific video purely. Some of you turned up to see a thing, but I like to think that most of you hang around because you want to hear me say dumb things and make funny shit. And occasionally make little animations, or Mrs. Sick makes little animations, and we're having a good time. I consider myself sort of atheist entertainment would be a really horrible fucking lame way to put it, but I can't think of another way to put it. Like I do what the serious science channels do, and I do my research. I really hate it when people say all I do is point and laugh. Fuck you. If you think that, go fuck yourself. I put in a stupid amount of work to try and make sure I'm as accurate as possible, just because I'm not like absolutely making the most fucking here's 8 million diagrams and we're going to dive down into it. But I do try and make sure I'm right. And I do try and explain in basic terms how the person is wrong. That shit that drives me fucking mad.
It helps having a astrophysicist sort of not on retainer.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, we have a friend who's, like, knowledgeable about things. I occasionally pick his brain, mostly to just make sure that I've not said anything incredibly wrong. Plus, I don't want to give views to those dumbasses and still laugh at them. I'm full on here to watch you mock the people and drink gallons of whiskey. Exactly. I think that's what most people are here for. At least they come back for. I like to think. I only want to hear Sir Sick. Also reminds me of the weapons grade shit out there. I appreciate bringing up logic on why things are wrong. I like to think that it's more than just logic. Part of it is logic, part of it is facts. Like, I've spent a long time today researching certain types of fossils. You can imagine what subject that might be relation to, but I learned about fossils today. Specific ones, very specific ones. And yeah, like, I don't just say you're wrong and dumb, Plus, I like to try and make good jokes. Neil deGrasse Tyson is your personal astrophysicist. So technically,
I wish.
I have mixed feelings about Neil, but he sometimes says things that are so that didn't need to be said and make him sound ridiculous.
I love how passionate he is.
But yeah, we both come to the.
He gets so excited about talking about science.
I think it's more than anything. I like listening to him talk. I hate reading him tweet. When he tweets, he says occasionally, sometimes he says things that are fine, but he often says things that are kind of asinine. I
love how he's so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
That he makes science fun to listen to. Yeah. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, complaining about interjections from the person who's making the video to comment on is just stupid. Yeah, I mean, I had someone complain the other day, and I put it on Twitter because I thought it was so funny. I know it's called X, fuck off, it's Twitter. And they were like,
"Oh, thank you, Dave.
I want the last 23 minutes of my life back." And I'm like, if you got to the point of getting all the way through the video and then went, "Oh, I didn't enjoy that," that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you don't know how to recognize when you're not enjoying something, and so you stop and do something else. If I start watching something and I think I don't like this, I watch something else. If I think it's not entertaining or interesting, we can have Mrs. Sick talk passionately about Egypt. Can Mrs. Sick talk about the mummification process, please? No, she's not allowed. Plus,
I want to.
No, you need to finish the audio on the spoon stuff. That's the one thing. That's what you should be doing right now. Elon changed it to X because he couldn't find the Twitterus. I get that that's supposed to be clitoris, but I don't understand what that even means. It's a joke that just doesn't make sense. God damn it. Arc experience. Well, there's a curveball. I kind of want to go on the Arc experience. But I'd mostly go in after having eaten just like an ungodly amount of beans. And just walk through the place.
Say, like, you don't like museums. You find them kind of boring.
Yeah, but I can fart a lot when I'm in them. So, but what you do is you go in as a big group. And you'll all be prepared for your own stank. So
everybody eats something different the night before.
Oh, yeah, a different thing. You know, someone, like some of the worst farts I've ever had was after having a puff of the marijuana. And it was just fucking vile. So, like, anyone who has that every time, perfect crop dusting. Yeah, we just walk through and just fart the place up like crazy. Just constant. We'd probably blow the place up, wouldn't we? It'd probably be terrorism.
Are we going back to methane again? Methane the ark again.
I asked my gym trainer what type of machine I should use to get the best looking women. He said the ATM machine outside. Well, then he's an idiot. Because it's just ATM. The M means machine.
The ancient Egyptians invented marshmallows. I didn't know that. That's so cool.
That sounds made up. I don't believe you.
So I'm gonna look now.
And that seems like something you'd know.
Well, if it was actually made from actual marshmallow, like the plant, the one that it's named after.
Where do marshmallows grow? On the Nile. It'd be really fucking obvious then, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, I guess they would have found that.
Yeah, they made them. Ancient Egyptians enjoyed a gooey treat.
And then they packaged them in plastic packaging, and then they invented squidgy bunnies.
Yeah, of course they were reserved for the gods. Of course they would be.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
People shouldn't eat this. This isn't for people. This is for invisible guys. I mean, if you were in charge of the temples,
It's actually made from the mallow plant as well. That makes sense.
one of my favorite Terry Pratchett things is I think it's a crocodile god, and some guys walk into the characters that you're following walk into one of the temples, and he's there cooking some sausages, I think, or they give him sausages or something like that. But yeah, it's like, oh, the gods eat the essence of it, and then I eat this, and it's like that's fucking perfect. It's like, oh, you have to bring this in, and then the gods will eat the essence of your extremely expensive steak, but then I'll eat the mere pointless physical flesh because I'm a preacher. I've got to fucking eat something, and it has to be extremely expensive steak.
That's how the Egyptians used to do it, though.
Sounds about right. I mean, with crocodile god as well, it stands to reasons that he might have based it on a similar concept. The auto teller machine needs your personal identification number. So it would be the auto teller machine. Marshmallows are grotesque. Yes, but have you had one made from the mallow plant? I haven't. At least I don't think I have. Don't eat those goats. That sounds like a teabagging reference, to be honest.
Yeah, in the Norse ones, you're not allowed to eat the meat of them because it's not for you.
So it just sits there and rots. Or they just chuck it out at some point, I suppose. It's hard being an atheist when the gods come round and smash your windows. I don't think those are gods. I think those are chavs.
Those are yobs.
Yobs.
Not gods.
Yobs. Yeah, you fucked up the G and the D. Great humour aimed at massively illogical notions through the comedic lens of disgruntled, nearly eternal pan-galactic warrior god of whiskey and murdering bad ideas. Honestly, I'm copy-pasting that somewhere because I like pan-galactic
I like the fact
warrior
that
god of whiskey.
you put in your bio that new love for atheism.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favourite things that's ever been said about me. This is a new low for atheism. And I was just like, fucking A. I was so happy about that one. Need to spread that more. Ah, shit, did I close my fucking... idiot. I'll have to fucking open a notepad file like some kind of Luddite. There we go, paste. Right, we've got 3 minutes left. So if you've got anything interesting to say it now.
Cremating the meat sacrifices.
Cremating it.
Yeah.
Into a...
Into ash.
Oh, no, I was thinking cremating it, but failing.
I think that's what the Greeks did.
Isn't that there's a Mitchell and Webb bit about... There's a Mitchell and Webb skit about these vets, and they're like, we tried to save him, but he's dead, and it shows like just a frozen chicken breast, and they're like, well, we'll put parts and things that they loved, like vegetables and oil, and we'll put it in the cremation machine for about 10 minutes a pound. And then they put it out and go, oh no, it's happened again. There's a beautifully cooked roast. Why, Rincewind, why are we talking... I mean, I know I mentioned fucking Terry Pratchett earlier, but you don't just have to say... We're just saying things from Discworld. Death! There you go. Alright. Got a minute left, and I need a piss and the toilet. So,
I'm going first.
Well, fucking hurry up then. Life is worth drinking. That's true. Ashes with bitters. I don't even know what that be. Eat broccoli for maximum crop dusting. I don't know. Broccoli doesn't make me particularly farty. There's definitely things that do. There's things that give me incredible stinky farts. But I never think about what they are. Usually something spicy, though. But yeah. Anyway. 15 seconds. Oh my god. Acid, gases. He needs a piss and the toilet? Okay, I need a piss and I need a shit, is what I was saying. I was trying to be less crude, but thank you. Thank you for bringing it up. Right, it's over now. I forgot. I've lost the thing.
Bye.
There it is. End stream. See you later.